This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is March 27th, time being 4:45. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Let's start by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. So,
Mr. Chairman, if I might take the liberty to welcome our newest selectman, John. I was not able to attend last week's meeting, and welcome, John.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be talking plenty. So, Mr. Chairman, as you know, this is a special meeting just to deal with the abatements that were filed. And I've asked Amy to put packages together so that we can make this as painless and systematic as possible. And excuse me, I thought I shut that off. So I'd like to begin by handing out packets that I made for the board. And they're just, it's simple information. It explains the appellate process for taxation, municipal taxation.
Okay.
It explains the statute and the selectmen's roles and responsibilities. It explains the board and of tax and land appeals. And it explains what Amy at intake, when somebody files for an abatement, what Amy requests of them to meet the criteria to be eligible for abatement. So I'll hand them out in that order, which I just goofed up. And I would like the board to know that Human Services has 10 individual abatements that were suggested by our assessor to go to Human Services because of those individuals' ability to pay.
Okay.
And I expect next Thursday, which is the 3rd, if I'm right, 3rd at your meeting, we should be presenting the remainder of those. So let me just pass out these packets if I might.
Can you just resend whatever Heather sent you? I've just gone line by line and I don't have
oh, you
it.
didn't see it? Let me
Nope.
look real quick.
Amy's got my back.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the first email it was 7, I think. And then the next one was 8, number 8. Yeah. Yeah, you're on the email.
Thank you. I got it.
Got it? Okay.
Thank you.
Just some light reading.
Mm.
In addition to all the other reading we're going to give you. Package for John. So these documents are pretty self-explanatory, and just I thought it might be easier for the board to understand what we request of people when they file an abatement, what procedure we follow, ask them to follow, and then your procedures. So Again, Human Services will be done next week. And um, after Amy begins to pass out the packets, and she'll explain systematically how we're doing it.
Okay.
You obviously make a decision amongst the board, and that decision then renders either a yay or an A. And then Amy has in the packets letters that would go out to people either way, whether it was agreed upon or not agreed upon. So it's clear. She's put together a great packet and spots for you to sign on those each individual packets. And Tim, Amy and I discussed the numbers that Tim will have available for the board as it relates to either a decrease in revenue, an increase in revenue, or how it affects monetarily the town.
All right.
So.
Can you?
You need a microphone because
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Sue's not going to hear you.
Yeah, we want to make sure Sue hears you.
You have set 1 in front of you of 10 abatements the first 10 abatements that I received back from the assessor. You will not be reviewing all 10 of them. You can see that there are some that are highlighted. Those have been sent to Human Services. So as we speak about them, you'll see that it's set 1, number 2, set 1, number 3, set 1, number 6, set 1, number 7. Those would be how we would identify where we are in the process. If you take a few minutes to review them and you've decided that you're going to stay with what the assessor recommended, I have the disposition of abatement application here for you to sign, and the letter that would be sent to the person is also with it for your review. You do not have to sign the letter. It's just there for informational purposes. I broke these down into 6 individual sets to try to make it a little easier. They were the 10 were written down as I received them back from the assessor.
And if I might, Mr. Chairman, 2 more things. One very important. Amy has done a tremendous job. I've been through this process when I was the town administrator in Andover, not nearly to the degree that we have here. And I can tell you that she has done yeoman's work on this, not only setting it up, but we discussed anonymity. So that's why your packages or each individual one refers to a number. So we're not discussing people's
Perfect.
names here and that stuff. But I did want to make sure that you're aware that Tim and I often take credit for things, but the real credit belongs
Oh yeah, no.
right here. So
I couldn't agree more.
We knew
She's
this
done
would
an
be something
outstanding
Amy
job.
did.
yeah,
Thank you.
and I don't want to get in trouble.
All right. So start right off with first one. And that's the first one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 2.
Okay. So that's the first one that we're working on.
Wait,
Again, you were only given the ones you're going to consider.
Yep.
Okay.
We don't have any, Mr. Chair.
Yep.
Got to get used to me not. We don't have any other information to substantiate income versus revenue. I mean, income versus expenses.
Nope, everything that's there is what was supplied by the applicant.
And that is all we can consider,
But
Pat.
that's not all that we can ask.
Right.
Okay.
In each packet, you should find the cover sheet, which also has the date that they sent the application in. You'll find the application itself, any supporting documents. I printed the July tax bill, the December tax bill, the tax card, and then you have a copy of Lauren's recommendation. Excuse me, the assessor's recommendation.
But one of the reasons why we're here is because we don't necessarily agree with some of the assessors' recommendations.
Correct.
So
Correct.
we're looking to find out what our own is based on what their needs are. In this particular case,
It's a reason I don't bring this with me.
we.
At least it's not the chicken coop.
No, too early.
In this particular case, you have what is income received. We kind of know what the lot rent is up there. If you take that out, I'm doing this in my head, kind of. What is this person left with for groceries and utilities?
I don't know if the board saw it, but attached is usually a benefit amount that tells you exactly what the person gets.
So when we're looking at this, to Pat's point, for number 2,
Mhm.
or the first one we're doing,
Yep.
that benefit, that's the only sole income that we know of.
We know.
Is that correct? Because I see what Pat's saying, and I am agreeing with that. I just want to make sure that
Some of them will have financial information because they've applied for other credits. Some
Okay.
of them do not.
okay. All right.
So if we look at the total, the parcel total amount,
Where are you looking, Pat?
on the tax, I'm looking at the tax card.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page.
You can also see on the December bill,
Right.
the status of that particular bill. This one has been paid.
So effectively, knowing that, so the board understands this would be a credit back to the taxpayer.
I'm having a hard time, even in the assessor's assessment oh, this has been paid, I have a hard time with that statement because my understanding is a lot of these people begged, borrowed, and stole that to get it out from under them
That's correct.
because of the assessment.
Yep. And
Um,
that's
I
where,
don't know who, but there's quite a few of them.
yeah, and
So,
that's where this board comes in.
right, so to make a blanket statement, well, the taxes are paid, but is
I don't know if I don't know if it's
don't-
helpful to the board, but if you look at some of these amounts, they're on the smaller side, so. Mr. Chairman, for Selectman Hanson's sake, I wonder if you might give me a little bit of leeway just to explain that when the reevaluation came out, and obviously it was our increases were market driven.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Many of these folks had not ever paid taxes because they were exempted because of low income.
Sure.
And because of the market, and Selectman Constantino and I went around to several different meetings, especially of the elderly, and explained as best we could the tax increase or the increase in their taxes and why, and the fact that strongly suggested to them, John, that many of them come to the town meeting and get the elderly exemption increased, which is usually done, it's usually done in the other order. It's usually done, the elderly exemption is increased before the reval. In this case, it was done the other way, so.
Okay.
You've already signed off on all of the granted abatements from the assessor, the recommendations. So the ones that you are reviewing tonight are the ones that it was put forth that they'd be denied. So the reason you're looking at them to see is if you agree with that assessment or if you're going to overturn that assessment.
I'm having a little bit of a hard time just because it does say paid, but like Pat brings up a good point. They begged, borrowed, and stealed probably to get that paid. So
I can tell you that of all the ones you're reviewing tonight, only 2 have not been paid. The rest have been paid.
Whether the fact, I agree with Pat, taxes have been paid or not, it really doesn't matter because, what do they say? Death and taxes. When you get a tax bill,
Mhm.
you don't pay it. Let's see, if you don't pay it after 3 years, you can lose your home, your property, interest, etc. So you do everything you can to pay it,
right,
which means going without food, heat, whatever. You do what you got to do to pay it for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree with Pat. That has no bearing.
right.
I'll motion that we overturn the assessor's recommendation on R18.
Number 2?
Nope.
Number 2.
I'm sure.
I was unclear as to
Well,
the
I'll
amount
second
of
that.
I'm
And
sorry.
then we'll discussion.
I was unclear as to the amount of the requested abatement. They want us to abate the entire tax bill.
No,
Are they looking for? I don't.
It's the
amount that they pay.
right.
Amount, yeah, you're basically forgiving the amount that they pay, basically.
Yeah.
What they are actually charged.
Right.
So the entire tax.
Yeah.
213, because
Correct.
her letter, she was shocked to receive the tax bill for 213. So I guess in my mind, my question is, and I didn't see, what did it used to be?
That should be on the December bill.
The July bill would
July
have what
bill,
it was
sorry.
before. That's why they're both there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I saw
You
that.
can see that some of them tripled in assessing value. And hopefully,
Amy, where is the July bill?
So if you turn to the back of the packet, the second to last page is the July bill,
Oh, okay.
and you can see what the assessment was and what the amount owed was versus the December bill.
and Mr. Chairman, hopefully with the actions of town meeting, we won't be back here doing this again next year. A lot of these people missed the elderly exemption cap by, one was $500, one was $1,006. So it really had an effect on our lower income
The
residents.
selectmen have the ability to forgive that,
Yes.
Amy, can you just come?
since it was our mistake.
Mute your mic.
I'm not finding. Your new benefit amount.
I do.
Yes.
Yes, so this is the July bill. That's what
Okay.
it says.
So we have a motion, a second, and
Okay, but this
he's just.
doesn't tell me what her payment was.
Nothing. She owed nothing.
Catherine.
Oh, is that because of her elderly exemption?
No, that was the first bill.
Hey, Catherine.
And on the second bill, the other.
Well, the new value that she's taxed on is
141.
that.
Yes,
Correct.
that's right there.
Oh, he pointed down here and I was
And
looking
then
at the,
you take the exemption off, and that's the new value, so that's where.
that's the
tax goes
additional,
up.
yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Nope, I got it. I'm good.
All right.
No, I'm all set. Thanks.
So, discussion. Yeah. go.
You want me to further complicate things?
Please do, Catherine. Please do.
Here we are in 2025 and all of a sudden assessors, not just ours, feels that the value of the property that the mobile home sits on adds to their value, regardless of the fact that that property has already been assessed and billed for taxes.
Correct.
Correct.
So for me, it's double dipping,
Mhm.
especially if you look at a cooperative trailer park
Yeah.
where all of those tenants own the park.
Mm-hmm.
The cooperative gets a bill for the property. It gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tenant gets a bill for the mobile home plus a value is added for the value of the property.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Catherine, do you want me to,
Yeah,
can I put a little whipped cream on that just now?
you go right
I
ahead.
had a citizen at one of these manufactured housing parks say to me, and to further what you just said, when the increase of the property tax for the park owner goes up, they are further going to increase the rent
That's right.
of the renter who just got a double whammy.
That's right.
Which they did.
Oh, yeah. Of
They
course they did.
increased
They
the
have
lot
to.
rent.
All right.
But they're going to be losing money.
But the assessment on the land that Catherine is talking about was in excess of $50,000 to $57,000 in each
But
home.
why after, so, I've been here,
Yep.
what, 22, I don't remember how many
And we
years,
can fill it in later.
whatever. 20 plus years.
Under
all
abatement
of a
number?
sudden-
Okay,
Yeah.
And before that, they've decided that, that
okay.
adds
Oh,
value.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we being so greedy?
I hear you.
And trust me, I don't own any mobile homes, so there's no personal interest in this.
Well, so we have a motion. We have a second. Any more discussion on it?
Just for the record, Mr. Chairman, might I keep things in order? It would be abatement number 2024-03, just for the record. And I will give you that form.
024-03.
Correct.
And that needs to go with
Mm.
that,
Yeah.
and you all. need
Each
to sign
time
it.
you do that, I'll bring this form up with the number on it.
Okay. Yep. And I have the
After you,
Yep.
I have
after you vote. Yeah.
first one. All right. So we good?
You need to vote on it.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay. All right. All right. Pat, you already signed this one? There you go. All right. Yep.
Thank you. I don't remember ever signing one of these. Is this new?
Yeah, I think we just created it.
Yes, because you're changing what was on the disposition. You're changing what was recommended on the disposition form, so.
Another first. Glad to sign it. So this number 3, excuse me, 2024-04, there's a number on it, but number 3, this is one that because of us not acting as soon as we should have, missed the elderly exemption.
Correct. Correct.
Mhm.
Also, it shows you the amount on the elderly, on the abatement recommendation. This was one of the ones I was talking about. It was $538 that the person missed it by.
Mhm.
Interesting when you look at the features under the assessing. That
What's up? Got that far into it.
so when you look at it goes from that all the way up to that. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at the tax card.
And it's a 1970.
It's kind of scary. Yeah. That's, wow. Yep.
All did, but the amount.
Correct. And what different park,
Oh, there you go.
What's that?
right? That's what you and I had seen, Pat.
They,
Jensen's was higher than Gaslight and
right.
a few others.
It varied, the amount.
Yep.
Market value of the land varied depending on what park you were in and the location of the park
Correct.
in
Yep.
town. Yep.
Yep.
Also, a note, the board did abate the park, and they did receive a refund this year, just in your last meeting.
What's that about?
I didn't hear what Tim said.
I said the board had just abated the value at the park for the community building, I believe, and it was a $6,700.44 refund to the park. That was
Oh.
just done at your last meeting that you
That was the last one?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm reading just the recommendation. I think it said that this person did reapply for the elderly exemption.
Well, under the new
Right.
guidelines
Yeah,
we established, but because we didn't meet the date,
Correct.
she missed it.
Right.
She can reapply this year for
Is
the
she?
2025.
Yeah, the 2025 one.
And I believe she already has.
But she missed it for
Yeah, for the 25.
previous, which was our fault.
And the new guidelines, she would qualify.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
clearly, yeah.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I'm not sure, well, if I make a motion, I'm not sure how I would make the motion to allow her to qualify for the elderly exemption that she didn't qualify for.
I
Can we
don't,
go back on that? I don't think we,
I don't think we can.
This Board of Selectmen can abate, and I'm not being sarcastic, for anything we feel like it, basically.
Right.
But we have the power to abate.
I get that we have the power to abate, but we can't go back on an elderly exemption though.
Uh,
I think we can abate
From here forward.
from here
Yeah.
forward.
Right. Yes. I believe,
So I
I
think
believe
that's how
that's
it
right.
would be worded.
that's why I put, if you look in the document, 7616, which is the RSA, I don't believe you have the authority to change the assessment. But you do have the authority to abate the tax imposed to the person.
So,
I think Catherine was kind of struggling with the language to,
Yeah.
instead of saying the elderly exemption, just abate what's here and
Bill.
it'll take care of it because she'll be on the next year.
Well, so I guess the more information would be, if she had qualified for the elderly exemption, what would her taxes have been? 0?
0. Right. Right.
Then I would make a motion to abate her taxes.
Okay.
I'll second that.
If
Any
I had
discussion?
it opened, I'd tell you the amount.
$538.
I just found it, thank you, 538.
all right, so we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No, that's as her income exceeded the established limit by 538.
It's not 538, is it? It's,
The tax bill's not.
1,078.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
1078.
My mistake.
Okay,
Catherine.
1,078,
Yeah.
thank you.
So just to clarify that motion, it would be for 1078. Okay. All right.
All those in
Yeah.
favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes. Yep. Okay.
This is where a shorter name comes in handy,
Yeah.
like Adams.
I just scribble. All right. 2 down.
Oh, sorry, has my name on it.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. No, really.
Then I'd give you a little encouragement.
Oh my goodness.
Scott, would you grab me a pen out of there? Mine is falling apart. Oh, thank you.
All right. Moving on to 2024-07 or number 6. It's the same thing.
You're welcome. Now, is it my understanding, what I'm reading here, that they're only requesting the gazebo fee?
That looks to be correct.
I'm going to agree with Lauren on this one, my personal opinion.
Well, yeah, according to what I'm reading on that opinion, did they, are they trying to say they made a mistake in the assessed value of it? But what the property owner is asking us to do is look at the value of the gazebo. And they're right. I've looked at those, talked myself into it and out of it several times.
Mhm.
That is about the price of them.
Yeah.
You know, give or take $300 or $400. So, in that respect, this tax card is incorrect, and that's what they're asking us to do. If the total value is wrong, well, that's on the assessment that was done. I mean, I just looked at my tax card and found several things wrong in a couple of pieces of property. Should they not have been corrected? That's how I look at it.
Mhm. So they're asking us to, like Catherine just said,
View of the gazebo.
change the value of the gazebo on the tax card.
If, and I don't know the answer to this, why I'm asking the question. If you reduced any one of these items under feature by, let's say, $3,000, would it have that much bearing on the tax bill, the tax rate?
Nope.
I can't answer that question. I'm not an assessor. I don't know.
I'm
Tim's
looking at
saying
Mr.
no.
Wizard.
No.
I mean, it's negligible, isn't it? Or is it even,
Yeah. $10,100 is 1 cent.
yeah, that's what I thought. So you're looking at
Yeah.
about a third of a cent?
I mean, this is something they're gonna have to get corrected.
Pardon?
This is something they're gonna have to work on getting corrected, just like
Well, they've been denied.
talked about it before.
Right.
I mean,
It's, the assessor has denied
right.
the request to correct it. But it, it has no bearing on
Correct.
the value.
Correct.
But I know how they feel. When you see an error on your tax card, you want it fixed.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll make a motion to go along with the assessors determination on number 6.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Please let the
Any
record
opposed?
show that I voted no.
Okay.
Thank you, Catherine.
Welcome.
Right.
You have the other?
No, because you're not approving.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, you already signed it.
I don't know how I got so many of these signed, but
It's because you're ahead of us.
I know. I didn't agree.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
did everybody read the notes on the current tax card? Read the notes.
You mean the heavy moss, the rot, the holes, the mold,
Mm.
bad roof?
That says interior in fair condition, and then what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm
I'm confused. I have to disclose, I've been in this.
As have I.
What's that?
As have I.
Yeah.
As you know.
I am taken aback at the
Price somebody could get for it.
in the application, right, that they wrote up, where it says attached tax card dated 7/12/24. You read that sentence, and then you read the next one. How is that even possible? Did you read that?
Where are you? Oh, I haven't got there yet. I'm still hung up on the tax
Read
credit.
that.
Fair interior.
Oops. That doesn't. I just don't understand how that doesn't even make any sense.
What's that?
I mean, just looking at the pictures alone, like how is it assessed at that value?
I have no idea.
So Amy, in this one, what is it specifically they're asking?
They're asking to abate the tax of $1,810.26.
Of what?
$1,810.26.
Of the entire tax bill?
That is.
Doesn't that tax bill include the value of the land?
I'm sorry, $1,810.91.
Yeah, that's what
Yes, that
I'm
is
seeing.
land and buildings. Buildings is 180,800. Land is 75,400. For a total net assessment, 256,200. In the remarks of the assessor, it was bought sight unseen.
John, the fourth from the bottom sentence on the abatement recommendation from the assessor,
Mhm.
is that a true statement? I don't know that that is.
They were not, as far as I know, they were not living there permanently when they were working on it this summer. They brought a camper up and they was pretty much
In
staying
the
in the
camper.
camper in their van. Yes, in the driveway.
Okay, so that would be an incorrect statement. Because my understanding is they had Emily in Samberton.
The original plan for the house was to remodel, but then
Right.
when they got into it, felt it was way too much involved.
Right.
Looks at
I just don't understand why it says currently, Stella was currently occupying the home. That's not a true statement.
Where are you seeing that?
On this,
The abatement recommendation.
right there.
Yeah, clearly they weren't.
No, they weren't. They came in frequently to the land use department. Well, I'm kind of stymied what to do here. It's being demoed soon and rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
Need to go for a variance.
I believe the variance was passed.
Yep.
Because I went to that meeting.
Right, the variance did pass, right.
What was the variance for?
Setbacks.
Setbacks, that makes sense.
1 point, in order to build it back up, they just squared a porch off by square footage.
It's
So,
actually going to be smaller
yeah,
than what's currently there.
right. I'm not sure what to do on this one. So someone else take the lead.
Oh man. Well, I'm going to make a motion that we go against the recommendation of the assessor in the amount of, what was it?
$1,810.91.
$1,810.91.
Say that again?
$1,810.91.
That's, oh, you need a second for discussion. Second discussion. That amount is the total tax?
Correct.
Yep.
So
Including land and buildings.
You're suggesting that we abate the total tax,
Yes.
disregarding that the value of the land still stands?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a quandary.
Well, the value of the land is the value of the land. I mean, that's
Right.
not what's debated here. The question is the house, the value of the house.
Right.
I was trying to figure out what the $100,000 in features were.
Water access.
Water.
The water
right.
access.
I mean, I'm guessing that, but I couldn't find it on the text. Oh, I did just find it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it just says Lakewood, 100,000. So I'm guessing it's water.
Yep.
Anyway,
It is.
the value that they've set on the house is 80,800.
No, 180,000.
80,800 is the value of the house on this tax card. Building,
Yes, 80,000.
2024, 80,800.
80,000.
Yeah.
So this one here says 180,800.
Which one are you looking at? I'm looking at 11/21/24, which is the back page.
You should look at the tax bill, which was printed on February 4th.
Yeah.
That's the December
That's the one. I'm looking
23rd,
at.
2024.
So it's the third page in from the back.
Back. Yep.
That's the one I'm looking at.
Eric's right. Correct on that.
The tax bill was due 12/23/24.
But that says land and buildings.
But where it says building, it's 180,800.
Yeah.
Not
I th-
80,800.
I think that's a typo.
Yeah,
I
it
think
must be.
that's a typo.
So what they're doing on that,
They're combining the features in the
they're
building.
adding the
We're
features
adding the features.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's
to the house.
All right.
clears up.
Correct.
Wouldn't those features stay with the land?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would
that-
think
in
so.
Lake here?
They should be, yeah.
Yes.
Not They shouldn't be attached to that.
They shouldn't be
building.
attached to the house.
No,
That's why I always look at the tax card. So
that's,
they've assessed the value of the building at 80,800.
Yeah.
And from the description of the assessors on the tax card, I mean, it says poor.
Yep.
Condition for age, poor.
hmm rot, floors, walls.
Roof. I just don't know what that,
And you can't deny the pictures.
you can't deny the pictures.
So what is it?
What is that? How does that reduce that 80,800? I don't know. I'm not. I mean, the 100,000 for the, because it's near the lake or on the lake. And then the 28,100 for the land. Oh no, 2024, 75,400 for the land. I don't know about those values, but the house, 80, it seems like $80,000 is an awful lot of money for a house that's
It is.
rotted. And it's questionable if it's livable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for me, the question is it a tear down or could it be fixed? And which is cheaper?
Right.
The tear down.
I don't know. The rebuild's going to be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
He's doing it himself. He's a contractor.
Ah.
Well,
I wouldn't walk through it.
you'd probably go through the floor.
Mhm.
would.
I walked through Mechanic Street, so.
I would not walk through this one.
All right. Well, are you thinking anything different?
Well, I think we should be looking at strictly the value on the house, not the land or the lake.
Okay.
It's just my opinion.
So in looking at just that, does that change that motion in any way?
That's up to you. It's your motion.
You can abate, just so the board understands, you can abate the entire amount or you can abate any amount that you think is just.
Right.
I'd go right in half. It's 80,000 versus 100,000. Features, and features shouldn't even be in there.
Yeah. So if we,
And I don't know what that tax amount would be if it was just
That's-
on the 80.
well, that's what I'm trying to, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much would the tax be on that if it was just the,
80,800.
yeah.
80,800?
Yep.
Need a piece of paper.
Full year tax would have been $1,039.
$1,039
9 cents.
and 9 cents. All right.
Mr. Chairman, as a point of order, Catherine would have to withdraw a second if you're going to make a new motion, and
Yep.
you would make a new motion and then second,
Or amend the motion.
or amend the
Amend the
motion.
motion.
Correct?
So I'm going to amend my motion.
Mhm.
And I'm going to change that to $1,039.09.
Do I accept that as a second?
You-
Second the amendment?
Second the amendment.
I agree.
All right. Okay. All in
Vote-
favor?
Vote on the amendment.
Yes. So now we're going to vote on the amendment. All in favor?
I
now. Aye.
I am abstaining.
All right.
Okay, so now you have to vote on the
Yep.
motion.
So now we're going to vote on the motion, which was the original one for the 100 and.
No, now that the amendment becomes the motion.
Oh, now that, yes. Now that the amendment's the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
One
Okay.
abstention.
So the new amount is written in my hieroglyph, 1,039.09.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
so Amy can have that.
Yep.
And it is 3, so you have.
Yeah, we got enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Pat. Yes, I'm glad that you said something.
Oh, I'm already there.
You're already there.
How did you end up signing it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I was diligent in
I'm still in
Amy's
the same
office
I was
one
just gonna
day,
say,
I
you
think.
was Amy like
Yeah.
gone to lunch or something, and you decided
Probably.
I might as well just sign some of this stuff while I'm here.
She didn't slap my hands, that's for sure.
Well, so she must have been busy. All right, so now we are on 2024-09, which is also number 8.
Oh, now it works. Is this another one that missed the elderly exemption?
I don't believe this one applied, but let me review it.
I think, Catherine, this was a increase as a result of the market and assessment.
If you look at the abatement recommendation page, it states that the taxpayer has not applied for any exemptions or credits.
Good catch, Amy. I think that's important.
This person seems to qualify for an elderly exemption.
Yeah, but they didn't put in for it.
Do they know one exists?
That was a question that I had with the gentleman I told you about earlier today. I'm not sure that, although the statute doesn't allow for that, Catherine, I'm not sure that a lot of these folks, or some of the folks that we spoke to, understood that. We do advertise it, and it is on the website. However, some folks, may not see the website or whatever, but
Can we reach out to this person and suggest they apply?
The name is familiar to me now. I will have to research, but she may have already applied.
right.
I mean, the request is, could apply to everybody. I get it, though.
And Catherine, just, I know I'm probably sounding like a broken record, but we made sure that each time, and Amy's been very good about telling somebody, if you didn't qualify this year, then make sure that you do it for 2025, because we are going to have a warrant article at town meeting. So many of the folks who may not have been aware in the past are surely aware now. I was going to give Amy an award for being very consistent with each one of them.
I would really love to hold on to this one until we do this.
Me too.
Would like to do some research. There's been several new homes brought in and out in a very tiny park up there, and I'm not sure if this is one of them. I just want to do more research.
Amy, can we put this aside for another time? So if you want to just set that one aside, we'll pick it up and
Can do that.
Because what confuses me is on the second page, if I was to receive an abatement of 80,000 for the elderly, this would lower current yearly taxes.
Mm-hmm.
I just find that an interesting, it makes me concerned that this person doesn't realize they actually have to apply for it.
well,
I would agree to table this one till we can find out more.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
moving on.
Yes.
She has applied for 2025.
Okay.
Amy,
this the
can
first
you
time?
send me the information tomorrow for me? Thanks.
Is this the first time that this person has applied for an elderly exemption?
I'd have to do research. I don't have that information.
I'd like to know if this one got caught in the loophole.
All right. We're going to switch to number 10, 2024-15.
How can you have a house with no land? Oh.
Mr. Chairman, on the assessor's recommendation, I would suggest we review the last two lines of her comments.
Okay.
Oh.
On page 3,
Okay.
under section F. The writing that this person wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Read the first
Which
3 lines.
one are
Yes.
you? This one?
Good point.
Read the first 3 lines of that.
Where are you?
Page 3. In the beginning, page 3, section F.
Taxpayer's opinion of the market value.
Please read.
Are you talking about this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you read it? Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Again, Mr. Chairman, if I might just add, I think this relates to the, as Selectman Constantino said, the difference in the assessments of the different parks,
Mm-hmm.
and those amounts were different.
Yep.
As is an assessment for a Audi car and a
Right.
Chevy,
Yep.
cheap Chevy car, you know, so.
So you can see under features and feature type, where it says the name of the park and then a plus, that's the land.
Mhm.
That, right, this one right here, $130,000. This is what Catherine was talking about. Now, the individual is being taxed on that, and the owner has been taxed on the entire park.
Mm-hmm.
Consequently, the owner has upped the rent because the assessments went up.
They're paying twice. I have to agree with the assessor on this one.
I do too.
There's no real basis. There's no
I absolutely agree
income
with
to
you, right?
consider. There's no.
I mean, the good thing is that did apply for the 25.
I understand
Probably
their
exempt.
complaint, but
I don't agree with the assessment of that land. It's just outrageous.
no, it's outrageous.
Oh, it is outrageous. There's no question about that. Does somebody want to make a motion on that one?
I'll make a motion that we go along with the assessments value for number 10.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. You weren't as presumptuous as someone to my left. Jeez.
Whoa. Oh, because I
I
signed
don't even
it.
have to go towards you.
Maybe the next batch won't be so bad.
Right.
Well, if you keep harassing me, I'll
I
have to have
presume
more
you're going to
chocolate.
take these packets back since some of them have personal information.
All right. Can you, here, let me put this back so you have the whole stack just the way you gave it to me. Get that.
Well,
There we go. And then this is the one that we're not doing, or
That's right.
the one that
The one
we're,
that we're holding.
yep. Do you want me to stick it back in the stack?
I stuck it back in the stack. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But also the one we're holding out, I need more research on the home itself. Okay,
Yep.
got it.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. So this one's number 12024-16.
What's that? Mr. Chairman, if I might add, I believe that you'll see this is another that will and has already applied for a 25 exemption, but would have,
Would have
Miss-
qualified.
correct.
missed.
And it's a small amount. So.
Okay. That's an increase.
That's impressive.
Wow. Oh.
Outrageous.
You can see the first page on the payments, the tax bill. You see that?
Which
Mhm.
page?
The last payment.
No, the first one. Well, there's three. They're
Right.
not from this person,
Right.
just so you know.
Yeah. Did you see the last
Coffee
one?
up here?
Yeah.
Making coffee.
make a motion that we go against the assessor's assessment and pay the taxes,
The abatement amount is $210.
$210.
That's the amount you want to abate? Is 210?
Actually, no, I don't. I want to pay the, hold on a
The
minute.
December one.
I want to pay 2024's tax bill.
So that amount is $1,174.
Right. $1,174.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Is that one tax bill or does that represent
Both
an accumulation of tax bills?
first and
That's the
second.
first and second.
Oh, I see. So that's 712. So that's before the new values. This is after the values.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the current. So my question is, if this individual became disabled in approximately the end of 23, why didn't they apply for disability?
She did, and she missed the cutoff. It's in her letter. The
I'm
very
sorry?
bottom. She did apply. She missed the cutoff date.
Yeah.
It's in
Well,
her
that's
letter.
like- but they became disabled in 23.
Yes, and she
Why didn't they-
applied. She applied in 24, but she missed the
Right, but
cutoff
why
date.
didn't they apply right in the beginning of 23 when they became disabled? Is
I don't
my
know.
question.
Yep.
Well,
Why wait almost a year?
Could be that she didn't know about it.
Right.
Right. Could have been, I guess.
all right. We have a motion and a second.
And we don't have any documentation that shows they are disabled. Just a letter that says I am disabled.
She's applied for disability for this year as well.
Did she qualify?
It has not been reviewed yet by our assessor.
Say again?
It has not been reviewed yet by the assessor.
We've met her.
Have we?
Scott and I have met her. You've met her a while back.
I mean, Catherine does bring up a good point. We don't have any documentation. That's my only. I didn't really think of it that way, but you're correct.
That would, Mr. Chairman, that would be the assessor.
Right.
The assessor would determine that.
How long does the assessor take to review those things?
She turned in her paperwork on the 25th of March, so the assessor has not seen it yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The assessor is only here one day a month.
Yeah.
Should we put this one on hold?
I would, I mean, I would prefer to put it on hold.
I can tell you by the amount, that was what my brother received. That's SS disability.
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
like to, if
I was thinking
I don't have a
that
problem if
on-
they qualify for the disability, I wouldn't have a problem abating it, but I would like to
Yeah.
know.
And
I would hate to abate it and then find out they didn't qualify for.
well, I am looking at this as well, and I would agree with Scott. I've seen multiple ones of these because I've worked with many individuals that and helped them apply for these things, and that does seem about the accurate number.
That's an assumption.
It is an assumption. No, yep, you're completely right. So I would say that we hold
Table
off
this
on
one.
it.
Well, we have a
With-
motion on the
We do have a
table.
motion on the table,
I'll
so,
withdraw the motion.
all right. So we're gonna hold off on this one. Amy, are we putting the ones that we're holding off, are we going to put them at just the back of the pile?
I'll have them for the next meeting, ready to go, because
Okay,
there's more information being requested.
yes. Okay,
So I'll do a whole new packet.
all right,
Look at them the next time.
okay. All right, number 7, 20, 24, 22. A huge jump. Jeez. Do you want to make a motion?
Make a motion, we go with the assessor's opinion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
I am abstaining from this vote as well.
okay.
Thanks, John.
Figured as much.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to ask without objection to see if I could be excused from the meeting. I think you're well covered, and I'm working on audit material, and I really need to use my big screens downstairs.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Well, he didn't ask us. You should ask the rest of the board when you're asked.
Is everybody okay with Tim going downstairs to work on his larger computer?
Maybe.
Yes.
Well, let me think about
Thank you,
that.
Tim. Yes.
Whoops.
As long as you answer your
I-
phone.
If you ordered food that's going to be delivered,
No food.
we don't have to have you sign that one either.
It's a garden style dwelling.
I swear to God, you went into her office and did
And
all
I
this
was
already.
never a Girl Scout, let me tell you that. So you can't tell me I'm be prepared.
All right.
Good
Night,
night,
Tim.
Tim.
All right. Number 8, the 2024-23.
Well,
The assumption states. Okay.
The tax rate went up.
this is another one that fell through the cracks of the elderly
This one does receive the elderly exemption.
now.
It's just that it no
Yeah,
longer
but it fell
covers.
through the-
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
she will in the future, I believe.
Yeah. So this one fell through the cracks on the back.
Well, yeah, she, because of our
Yeah.
visitation.
You put it so eloquently.
I'm trying not to slam us too bad. We tried.
No, we've done enough damage on ourselves already for doing that. At least I have.
This is interesting.
So the condo and the fireplace. Crazy.
Condo went up 50,000 because it's a condo.
Right. Yeah.
Because
This one in their letter mentions 6 different homes that are valued less than this one. But the abatement recommendation only talks about one.
I didn't.
It doesn't recognize the other 5 that are mentioned.
I don't know.
And they noted a mistake on the card with the bathrooms.
You're looking at the different one?
Which one are you
Yeah,
looking
you're
at?
looking at, we're at still at 2024, 23.
Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, that
I'm
one.
like, I don't see that letter.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
All right, let's.
That one, yeah, that one was pretty cut and dry for me, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody want to make a motion on number 8? The amount
I need to find the total.
is to
978.
978.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
978 even.
Now I found it. Motion to abate 978.
Oh, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye. Motion passes.
Okay, now.
Now we can go to that one. We're just gonna catch up to you. That's all. God, what was she doing on the 16th? My goodness.
I think that we started that meeting and then stopped.
Oh yeah, is that what it is? You're gonna make
I-
excuses for her.
and I come in diligently and sign everything so it goes down the way
I know.
very nicely.
You are. I'm gonna have to start doing that so I can be more proficient.
Excuse me?
And John.
Why are there 5 selectmen signatures?
Did Joe sign it before
1,
on
2,
the
3,
16th?
4. Oh, John. You're welcome.
I do see what you're saying.
And without knowing that, if they are correct, shouldn't it make a difference?
Hmm. I don't know. Does it make a difference?
Should we ask the assessor to comment further on those other 5? They're all on the same street. I didn't see a lot of features in this one.
I guess part of my question would be, would some of them being newer homes,
Why would they be
but
less?
why would they be blessed? I think I would want to try to get some clarification on that.
I mean, this one has a shed, but I don't see a lot of features. The card is wrong, evidently. I also couldn't figure out what year this home was.
Uh,
Yeah,
1985.
1985.
Where'd you find that?
Bottom,
Very
bottom of the
back
back,
on the bottom.
year built.
Oh, found it. Thank you, year bill.
Do you think that it would really make a difference if we held it over for research on those 3? I mean, you have a tremendous amount of array from,
If they're on the same, those homes, there's 5 of them on the same street
Mhm.
that are assessed less than this one, and some of them are newer homes than this one. And why is this one assessed higher? Why would this one be assessed higher than a newer home on the same street? Hmm.
I'm going to pull up one of the cards, one of the other 5.
I think when a taxpayer gives testimony, if you will, they deserve the right to have answers to all of it.
Yeah, I agree.
doesn't mean I'm gonna, no, I'm gonna disagree with the assessor. It just means I want to have a complete answer.
To
Yeah.
me, that does raise a little bit of a flag.
Well,
If it has the newer homes that are on the same street, I just kind of want to know like what that is assessed at.
Need to see what's being compared to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
this is me being lazy. Nope, I got it. I got it. I was being lazy. Ugh. Stacking wood, just. Makes you want to go to pellets. We stack 12 cords. Not, I mean, that's through this,
for the season.
before the end of summer.
Hmm.
12 cords is what we stacked in that
And that's
shed.
what you'll go through.
Yes.
Oh, Scott, while
Go
we're
now.
waiting,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw on the email from the Lakes Region Planning Commission
Yep,
in reference to they rescheduled the meeting.
the one that was in Mountain Borough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saw that.
okay. Yeah, they're usually pretty good about that.
She didn't respond to my email that my name's not Mark.
I know that. She did to me though.
She did.
She
Okay.
said, I don't know how I got that.
She was the what was she?
Re-
The administrative assistant?
No, yeah,
No?
administrative assistant. Yeah.
She sent Scott an email that said, "I'm glad he's on it," or and stuff, and she called me Mark.
Right.
And then she referenced me and was explaining some things to me as Mark. So I just wrote back. I'm like, I'm not Mark. I promise.
Interesting. I don't sign these without the rest of the story, whether they're granted or denied.
That's the last granted one. Oh,
Just
oh,
let it, no, I'm just telling, just for FYI.
Oh,
So when you see
okay.
it without my signature, that's why I didn't sign it.
Okay.
I was gonna
Okay.
write not enough information on the signature.
Which one is that?
the
The
granted
one in the to be signed folder.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I want to know, was there a mistake? Was it? Makes me nosy, doesn't it?
I can't remember why we put that in there.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Are we scheduling out additional days for these?
We were
We
hoping to
talked
get
about
them.
that?
We were hoping to get them done tonight, but
All of them?
that's what we were hoping for. But
We're still waiting on one DOA from the assessor.
Alright.
The other 34, I believe, are here tonight.
Someone wrote that time.
I was guesstimating. Incorrectly, it seems.
Slightly. I think that was on top of that.
we about halfway.
Is it?
Next one.
And it's number.
Alrighty.
Did we make a determination on that last one?
Uh,
Pat
Then-
was pulling up a comparable
Pat's pulling
card.
up a
she is
card.
pulling up a card.
I actually thought that increase was relatively reasonable.
Compared to a few of the others in.
Yeah,
Johnson's.
yes.
I just think that the taxpayer is due answers. I mean,
While we're waiting.
Just leave it hanging like that. It's not
Yeah.
right. Mhm.
Amy, you got it written down, that the ones that we're holding off on? Okay. $16, $22. Thank you. What was the assessment?
She's,
She good?
I think it, if you look at this one, like, whoops. I think it's
Neither of
at
these are any of the ones he's listed.
16, yeah,
16, 15, 11, 12, and 7. This one's 19.
and they're
This
numbered.
one's 21, 20.
I think you have to look at the map to see where they're numbered. They're next door to each other.
What did you say?
They're actually next door to each other.
Yes, but he specifically mentions these 5. Not these 2, but these 5. And my feeling is, I'm curious why the assessor didn't address those, put it to rest. Only talked about the one, is that directly across the street?
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the other 5? Why didn't
I think they're in a different part of the,
the
Park.
assessor talk about them? Mention them.
I just didn't want to hold everybody up and print them out.
Well, 18, number 18. And then,
They're all pretty consistent there. I think they're all pretty consistent. The properties, relatively consistent.
Okay, but again, why didn't the assessor either say that or,
Right.
okay, they are,
well, the
but
assessor addressed in,
one,
right.
the arm
In-
length is sale.
But in other ones that we've already looked at, the assessor addressed all of the concerns in them. So I'm going to say, why don't we hold off on this one so we can get that information. So we'll set this one aside as well. And we can move on to the next one. Thank you.
All right.
Are we going through all of them?
Yeah.
Tonight?
That's, yeah,
We are?
we're going to try.
Anybody order out?
I mean, the other thing we could do.
Finish this pile, and
How many more do we have to go?
this is the halfway point. The pile in front of you.
All right. I say we get through this one, see what time it is, and then we do another
Special session.
special session in between our regular meetings.
Good, Amy.
It's worth mentioning that we have until July 1st to answer these, but every day that we hold off, we add interest to.
Correct. That's the one
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
because these abatements have to go back with interest.
Yep. All right. So we are number 1, 20, 24, 28.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just point out the abatement recommendation. One of the things that caught my eye on this one is in the assessors comments, this is what realtors call location, location, location.
Hmm.
Sites like Zillow and Trulia are great for getting ballpark estimate.
Am I understanding correctly that this is not a hardship? It's just that they felt that the taxes were too high?
That's correct.
Am I reading this correct? Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I read it too. Did you notice in this one, Catherine?
Say what?
Did you notice in this one that the assessor gave
Comparables.
Comparables, right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes, big explanation.
I'm going to make a motion to go along with the assessor's evaluation.
I will second that.
Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Beat her this time.
Are you saying that you ran out of my signatures? Come on.
We did.
What's up with that, Amy? You couldn't have forged them?
All right. Number 2, 2024-29.
Okay.
Okay.
I never drank a cup of coffee before, but I might have to start. Tea just isn't going to make it.
Why did they give us all these pages when we don't even know what street that they're on here?
It's Sherwood Drive.
Sherwood Drive, yeah.
Well, I know the street, but they're giving us comparisons now, right? 45.
That was a chicken coop.
Yes, it was. It is that time. It's the time that Amy wrote down.
John, I hope you didn't tell your wife you'd be
No,
open
no.
tonight.
But,
tonight.
Mr. Chairman, I will have to recuse myself from this one as well.
Somebody want to make a motion on this one?
Are you on 2024-29?
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Does this? I have a question, Amy. This one doesn't have an elderly exemption with it that I see. Do you know if I can't? Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't tell, so I was. All right.
To my knowledge, they have not applied yet either.
Okay.
Make a motion to deny the abatement and agree with the assessors. I think they should verify whether or not there's a shed.
Yeah.
Just to make the card correct.
Second.
I'll second
discuss-
it for discussion.
Okay. Discussion. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So this one we went with the assessors.
Yes.
Right.
Do you have stamps?
Yeah, we should.
2024-30.
Oops, it was ready.
I'm not sure what this person is trying to say in section F. I just don't get it.
I think they're trying to say that they're paying that amount every 6 months. So for the year, they'd be paying that next amount.
Yeah, I don't get that. Because
But then the newer
usually
ones,
the July is usually the lower amount and then December's the higher amount.
right? Yeah.
And
I
she
agree.
doesn't dispute the valuation.
Right. Right.
Right.
And this could be another one that fell in the exemption crack.
Here we go. Amount 1432,
She didn't apply.
then 314.
She did not apply, for the record, Amy says.
Yeah. I'm going to make a motion that we go with the assessor's valuation. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I'm just going to keep doing it. I do.
You've seen how awake I am. Catherine was talking about coffee, so.
All right.
We
I've
have
never
coffee.
drank a cup of coffee.
We have coffee
Oh my
here. We have a
God.
Keurig.
It's the nectar of the gods.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. Number 4. So it's 2024-31.
It's worth mentioning that this is one of those ones that did qualify and then didn't and has already submitted for this year.
Okay. Thank you.
Gonna be signing my name in my sleep.
Signature stamp would be good right about now.
Hmm.
I don't know why I didn't think of that before 18 years.
You guys could have gotten that set in place years ago.
I know. We just tried to do it the old-fashioned way, save money. Who would think we'd have 50 some odd of them? 60. I think it was because Amy was here. Come on in, put an abatement in. No problem. We'll give you a donut on the way out.
It's not a bad deal.
Don't give those away. Oh, no.
I'm going to make a motion that we go against the assessor in the amount of $1,447. Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Two can play that game, boy.
I fell for it too, because I was looking at.
Yeah, you did. Caught you off guard.
Yeah. What does it mean when you look for the time and you watch and the ghost comes out? Does that mean?
That means it's past your bedtime.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, 2024-32.
I think you skip right to the assessors on this one.
So I did.
Yep. Absolutely.
Overboard on the due diligence.
Welcome.
Make a motion, we go with the assessors value
Second.
on this.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. All right, number 6, 2024-33.
Which one was this for?
This was-
Oh, the one we just did
yeah,
quickly.
just-
Welcome.
This is another one of those, Catherine.
Make a motion, we go with the assessors value.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Number 8, 2024-35.
Oops. 27. Phew. Welcome.
Can't wait to see the comparison on this one. You gotta be kidding me.
It's a pretty high assessment. Nothing. There's no
Provide
No proof of hardship. There's nothing.
They're not looking for a hardship. They're looking just for an assessment to differentiate. And there's not too many comps that these used at all.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I make a motion, we go with the assessor's value.
Second.
As motion a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Should run out of the good looking ones. All right, number 9, 2024-36.
Almost did it again.
Oh, this looks like a few code violations on this one. See this?
Yes.
Save that, will you? All right. Nice piece of pizza would be going good right now. Okay. We done?
At the conclusion of this one, you'll have finished 3 sets. You reviewed 18 of them. You put 3 aside and you signed 15. You have 15 more to go.
Somebody want to make a motion on this one?
Motion to go with the assessor's
Assessor.
recommendation and deny the abatement.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Oh, I forgot to put that with it too. I'm gonna ask the rest of the board what they would like to do, because I do understand there is this time constraint and the fact of the tax stuff. So, what would you guys like to do? Keep going.
As far as
We have 15 left to go through.
I'd get her done.
Okay.
Either 15 now or 15 later. Plus,
Well, yeah, and then we still have all the ones that have gone to Heather after that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we better get them done.
All right.
Against my better judgment. I'm starving.
Name 2.
Don't eat chocolate, it doesn't work.
All right. Number 1,
Just tried one.
2024-38. I'm gonna go right to the assessors. This is a long one.
We know this one, I think. I think this person came in and spoke with the board. What's the ad? I'm looking at the ad for the address.
Sunrise Shores, it should be. Mr. Chairman, because of that, I will need to recuse myself from this one as well.
Okay.
You do know because you know them? You
No,
don't have
no,
to
we have-
recuse them?
No, we have
Okay,
a personal,
okay, good. I just wanted to double check to make sure because you were new and.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to support the assessor's recommendation and deny the abatement request.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Let me just finish. Not quite finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good, go ahead.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain?
state.
Okay. All right. One abstention. All right. Number 2, 2024-39. Amy, does this one have a exemption?
This
I'm only going off of the,
This one applied for a solar exemption and we denied it because we don't offer one for the town, but I'd have to check to see if there's another exemption.
because I'm only asking because section E on the bottom,
There is a veteran's credit on this.
their comments.
Mr. Chairman, if I remember correctly, he did apply for the solar credit because his assets exceeded the limit at the time for the elderly.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Make a motion, we go along with the assessor's value,
I will second that.
number 2.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. 2024-41.
It's worth mentioning that this applicant had applied for the elderly exemption for this year and been denied prior to the town meeting. And I have a question into Lauren as to whether or not she has to reapply, or if we could, since the values were changed, use what she already submitted
Okay.
to see if she then qualifies for the elderly exemption for this year.
Okay. So for 2025. Okay.
Make a motion, we go against the assessors, the assessor on 2024-41 and approve the abatement.
Second.
And what's the amount?
Well, Didn't have the page open to that.
Is it the 1,483?
$483. Yep,
All right. So you just add that into the
right.
motion, 1,483. So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion passes. All right. 2024-42.
Welcome.
These fans kill me. Dust. You think about it. The other side's never been cleaned.
Making motion, we stay with the assessors value on this one, on 2024-42.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Previous assessment. All right. Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. 2024-43.
One of Werther's?
Just choked on my cough drop.
Oh, yeah, cough drops. Okay.
Want some water, Catherine?
No, I'm good. I just choked on my cough drop.
Okay.
Oxymoron. Thank you, though.
Argument, here's the shed. I don't see it. What do you want to make a motion?
So just for clarification, am I really reading this right? That because they built a porch, a deck, which leaves a space underneath, it's being called a shed?
I don't think that's the,
Yeah, I read differently. I read that they built a shed, but there was no floor in it. That's what they said.
No, it says, and then if you look at the tax card, it shows the deck, which is 12 by 16,
Mhm.
and then you go down here, 12 by 16 shed, wood. And they state that there's no standalone shed on the property. They do provide a picture of a standalone shed on somebody else's property.
Yeah.
my,
And the assessor goes on to say, however, any structure that provides storage is considered in the assessment and then conditioned accordingly.
but
So if I build a deck, there's going to be a space under it, and they're going to call it a shed?
I don't think so.
This is enclosed
this is,
Closed, right.
and it shows the baseboard heat in it.
yeah,
The wrong
That's-
picture.
which is what the assessor is
Saying.
Yeah.
saying. That it is enclosed and it does have heat. And if the individual would like to provide updated documentation to show that has changed.
But that, I thought that was the space above what they're calling the shed below.
That's not how I'm reading it.
Okay, then I am being confused. But again, the amount is
Negligible.
Right.
back to a third of a penny.
Right. All right. Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the assessor's valuation.
Okay. I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Please let
Any-
me show I'm going to decline to vote because it's not clear enough to me.
Okay. So we have one abstention.
That's not an abstention.
Not an
Oh,
abstention,
oh,
it's a
I thought-
decline to vote.
I'm not
Okay,
voting.
decline to vote. Okay.
I'm not voting.
I will make life a lot easier on the next one, 2024-44, and just go along with the assessor's value because we're going to end up at the BTLA anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Look at who it is. Been there, done that.
Oh. The picture is not very good. And I'm going, what is that? And then I'm like, oh, I see what it is.
All right. So we got a motion on the floor. Second?
Did you just second or are you looking for a second?
No. Somebody want to second it?
Second?
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, are we done? Not all
Another
those,
stack.
right?
Are you a chairman that doesn't vote?
How many more?
What do you mean?
Well, you're always asking for a vote, a motion, I mean. And you don't make motions as
All right.
chair?
Dead.
Yeah, I do.
don't know.
Okay.
I've already made like 4.
What? Just saying, because you're always looking for a second.
That's dead right now.
I like to give other people an opportunity.
Well, that's very nice.
Amy, approximately how many of the ones numbered did we send to Heather? So if we move these, then we only have 20 to go, through, right? There what? So then we have 23 to do at another time?
Plus, there's another one else.
24? As opposed to the 60 that we started out with?
Is this the new pile?
Yes.
I'm dead. I can't do anymore. My brain can't function anymore.
All right.
You still want to go, Catherine? Cough, choke, puke.
Hey, Catherine.
What?
You still want to go? We have 10 more to go through?
I don't have a life. I don't care. I'll stay or go. I'll let somebody else decide.
Is that the last pile over there?
Go with the majority.
One pile there and there's one more here.
All right, let's do this one. We'll get these done and then we'll call it.
God, excuse me.
Okay.
This is going to go away.
And my guess is, do you think we'll have a big enough load on the 3rd that we could do maybe like 10 of them? Do we have something going on the 3rd?
I think you can do 10 on the 3rd.
These
Yeah.
10 or the human
These.
services 10? Because the human services should be ready on.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be 20.
Yeah.
But those, for you folks, those are going to be,
So why don't we do that? We'll have that set it as the
This-
agenda. We'll finish this one here right now. And then we'll do 10 more on the 3rd.
7.
If you're gonna do the one with the welfare, with the human service person, you need to allocate
Yeah,
enough time to.
right. That one I
discuss
think
that
should be a
with-
special meeting because that one's
Right.
probably going to take a little bit longer. So
So then just leave this packet instead of starting. This is set 5 here. You've already finished set 4.
yeah, the one that's in front of us right now is set 5, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So you
we're
wanna
going to do
finish
set 5.
Okay.
Yep, we're going to do set 5. We're going to go through this one and then starting set 6 will be on the 3rd.
Okay.
All right, 2024-48.
Mr. Chairman, if I might point out on page 2, there's some notes on the bottom regarding some health issues.
I'd also like to point out that the picture that's assigned to is not that house. This is not St. Andrews home.
On the tax card, it's the incorrect
That
picture.
is correct. Yeah, it's incorrect.
Seems like we had a selectman that wanted to make sure they took pictures. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Never mind.
I didn't see that thing on page 2.
That's
No, yeah, next one. I got ahead of myself.
So this isn't even the correct picture
It is not.
of the property. Interesting.
That
All
house
right.
is set back up the road.
Alrighty then.
I'm disturbed that there's a claim that they made several phone calls and trying to, get these questions answered. And they never received a call back, as they claim. My calls were never returned,
Yeah, I read that too.
and it's not addressed in the recommendation. I think that with the wrong picture.
Yeah.
We might want to set that one aside.
Yeah.
And get
I
some
agree.
explanation.
Yeah. I'm going to
How
agree
about
with
the
that.
price going up after they had a conversation?
Well, that too.
Yeah, we're going to set that aside, Amy.
Okay.
All right. 2024-49.
Now, Mr. Chairman, my last comments apply. I wasn't trying to rush
Got
you
it.
along.
This is one that had received the credit and then did not, and they have already applied for it again.
Okay.
And according to the assessor, they won't qualify. Would still not qualify. My question is, would this be a disability?
That was my
To
thought.
qualify for a disability?
When she wrote this, even with the proposed modifications, that was prior to town meeting where they were adjusted even further.
Right.
So if you look at that amount there, I believe they will qualify now.
Qualify as long as they don't exceed 50, right?
Even with the proposed modifications to the exemptions to these taxpayers would still not qualify, is what she says.
Yeah, but that was
That was-
prior to
Prior to town meeting where
Right.
the vote on the floor raised them
Raised
even
it up.
higher.
Oh, that's right.
so they will
She's going by what was written
correct
and not by what was.
voted on.
I forgot about that. Thank you
Yeah.
for the reminder.
Yeah.
But again, would this also qualify possibly for
Hardship.
hardship?
Yeah,
I mean,
disability. Yeah, I saw the comments.
Because it is debilitating.
Yes, it is. So I saw the comments. That's why I pointed it out to the board on page 2. So
Make a motion, we go against the assessor.
Second,
And the amount is the
I don't know, they'll figure it out.
we're not abating it, right?
Right.
All right.
You confused me there for a minute. I'm getting tired.
All right. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes.
So you're abating the full amount.
Yes. And when that comes up in the minutes, it's
yeah, I was trying to find it. So
so that way she has it. It's going to be $2,229. All right, number 3.
Make a motion, we go along with the assessor's value.
I'll second that.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I'm questioning. The view is the view, right?
Yep.
Well,
Mhm.
simply because they happen to own the abutting piece of property and they're not maintaining the view, so the view is less, shouldn't that view be assessment, not view assessment, that value be reduced?
It
I mean-
depends on how much less that view is.
Right, but I mean, it says in the recommendation, they recognize that the view has been reduced. The view has changed over time. And then they said the taxpayer owns the adjacent 29-acre parcel and as such controls the degree of view afforded this property. Well, so what?
Hmm.
If they don't have the, what is it, $51,000 value view, then they don't.
How is the view apportioned out though? It
Pardon?
says obstructed on there, right?
It does say obstructed.
Correct.
Right.
That's what I would assume.
But she suggests in the recommendation, or whoever wrote this, that if they didn't control that across the street, they might reduce it even more. The view has changed over time. Certainly looking at this picture, I don't call that a $51,000 view. But that's just me. We move on.
Now you got my wheels turning.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, we got a motion and a second. So, all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right. How many more we got? 3 more. All right, 2024-57.
This is the thinnest packet yet.
Yeah.
very grateful that this just isn't a big pile at the end. Because it has been before.
I know, that's, and I find systematically.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Amy's hard work here too. Will somebody tell me where Marsh Hill Circle is?
Marshand or just circle?
Marsh Hill Circle.
Marsh Hill Circle. Hold on.
Picture so I can.
It's in the Jensen's Park, though.
Ah, okay. Thank you. I'm thinking, where is that?
I checked my records, and to my knowledge, this person has never applied for an elderly exemption.
It seems like this person is only complaining about a disproportionately assessment.
Right.
And if you look at the assessors
No comment.
comps in the back, the last page,
And it slams the door on that.
Yep.
right?
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we accept the assessor's report evaluation.
I'll second.
We have a motion and second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, 2024-58.
I'll make a motion to go with the assessor's recommendation and deny the abatement.
Oh, second. That will end up in a place we don't want. I'm going around. I feel sick.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Just gotta go home and go to bed.
All right. 2024-62.
I'd be fine if it went for my stomach. It's just-
Motion to go with the assessor's recommendation
There you
and
go.
deny the abatement
that.
request.
Let me at least look at the name.
There's no,
Yes,
there's just
okay.
no,
Yep,
there's no there's nothing.
right.
Yeah.
Second.
Yep. All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Should just call it incomplete.
No,
All right.
we can wait till next.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Just so the board is aware, I've heard Amy several times. I'm sure she does it consistently. Tell folks, you gotta provide
Yeah.
information. Provide the comparison. You gotta prove your argument.
Yeah.
And lay it out.
It's the opportunity for them to.
Yep.
No. I appreciate all the hard work that you've done. I know that all
I
of us
would.
do,
Amy, I just don't
but
really
we
feel
are
great.
not
We have time.
going to do anymore.
Okay, you know I would do that for you, but
She was a slave driver. You don't believe it? She has me sweating at the end of the day.
thought you were looking for a raise.
I assume.
All right.
We've been here almost 4 hours doing this.
Time is it?
You know, and it's
Holy
hard because,
moly.
I mean, I
Quarter
agree
after
with
8.
them that I'm overassessed.
You did well.
I don't
You did very well.
believe we should ever have accepted those
So-
values.
We just had a discussion about
We did.
the last meeting. You made a comment that I need to speed it up.
Well,
And then tonight was not my fault. Tonight,
Went
someone
longer this time.
had it said it's 7.
oh, I didn't even look at the agenda. I just
yeah.
thought we would go till we.
Someone had it at 7.
You haven't been
7, huh?
called, what did you call it that? Overzealous town administrator.
Yeah. Well, sometimes he would think that Tim was going to get done in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or Heather. Come on.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Amy, for all the hard work that you've done for this.
Yes.
This
yes.
has,
Amen to that, Amy.
yeah, I mean, talk about organized. All right.
Told you. She
So,
was-
as Bo would say, does somebody want to?
Motion to adjourn.
All right.
Vote with your.
Feet.
Yeah,
Yep. Vote with
I'll
feet.
second that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a good night, everyone.
I saw him today, gave me a big hug.
Turn that